And we are actually live on the Nobody's Famous podcast with the one and only Ola.
Thank you for having me, Ali.
How's it going?
It's all good.
How does it feel to finally be a content producer?
It feels really good. It feels great, actually, because it's something that I love doing. And it took me a very long time to discover that I love doing that. And I'm actually interested in it. Because for a very long time, I couldn't find out what I'm interested in or what could interest me. But a very wise person once said that in order to find out, you need to try different things. So one of the things that I tried was writing, and I really got into it.
What kind of pressure did you feel when you released your first episode? Did you feel any pressure?
Well, there were different kinds of pressure along the way of actually making the episode until the point that I actually uploaded it online. So the first pressure for me was sitting down and writing, and researching what I'm going to talk about. So it wasn't much of a big pressure. It was actually one of the parts that I enjoyed the most. But it was this new thing that I was doing that I had to take the time for myself to do something that, belongs to me other than taking the time to work for someone else. So that was the first for me. The second pressure was, and I think that was the most pressure, was on camera when I was filming it. And man, that was so bad. I was so uncomfortable in front of the camera. It felt like I'm talking to no one and nothing, and it just felt so weird that I have to put out my emotions in front of this thing, a camera. So that was really, really difficult. I stayed 5 hours filming it and just repeating and repeating and repeating all over again. Until I got somehow comfortable. I'm not going to say I'm very comfortable with it, but I got somehow comfortable with it. And then when I uploaded it, the pressure was that I did not want to post anywhere that I uploaded it.
Okay.
I was very, very nervous about people's reactions, and I was everyone's gonna talk about me and make fun of me or not make fun of me, or it's just I was scared of the bad or the negative comments or what's going to be said behind my back.
Okay.
But then another wise person once told me that the obstacle is the way. So whatever makes you feel scared, you do it.
Many wise people.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to take a step back though. So the first pressure about writing. How long did it take you to write the episode?
Took me about 3 months because
Okay.
I was working
Amazing.
in the events industry, and I was also writing at the same time in my own free time. So yeah.
So, what's the next episode about?
Ooh, next episode.
Are you allowed to say that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It actually excites people
Okay.
to know what I'm going to talk about. So my next episode is about rap.
Amazing.
I'm going to talk about rapping.
Rhythm and poetry?
I'm going to talk about everything that concerns rapping as a music style.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a genre?
Yeah, it's a genre.
Yeah.
I guess.
So,
it's a genre,
yeah.
I guess.
But I'm going to relate it to Arabic rappers.
Okay.
So I'm going to explain how rap is created and what are the styles and what is the system of everything in terms of content, writing, rhythm, all of that stuff. And then I'm going to link everything to an example from an Arabic rapper.
Okay.
Because some people said, you're going to be talking about Snoop Dogg or, I'm going to be no, already everyone knows about Snoop Dogg, but no one knows about what's going on in the Arabic rap, in the Arab rap scene.
But have you noticed that there's a lot of Arabic rappers out in the scene? There's a lot.
There's a scene that's starting to come together. What I know is that Arabic rap has been there for, I think, since the 90s. In Palestine and in Morocco. But yes, Arabic rap definitely exists in a lot of Arabic countries, such as Lebanon. Actually, there's a big scene in Lebanon for Arabic rap, and they've recently done the first Arabic rap festival.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know
called
that.
Scum.
Scum?
Yeah.
SCUM.
Yes.
Typical Lebanese.
And and there's in Jordan, Syria, Egypt. There's people from the UAE, from Saudi.
Yeah,
There's like a
yeah.
whole Khaliji Arabic rap scene.
Yeah, the Khaliji
Yeah.
scene is
And I know that like the Tunisian and Algerian and Moroccan are really good in rapping. But
I believe
they mix it with French. And
yeah, exactly. I feel that the scene now is very much refined.
yeah.
There was, I think, maybe in the 2000s era was still up and coming, and I feel now when you listen to the lyrics and the people rapping and the kind of forefront artists in the scene, I think a lot of it is more refined and
Yeah. The quality is getting better.
yeah. I want to say like it's the quality, but it's also the stories that they're telling and the style and there is all around. I mean, really nice collaborations with different types of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Would I be too asking too much if I say what the third episode would be about?
Well, I haven't like defined what it's going to be about, but I have like multiple topics that I'm interested in. One of them is consciousness,
Okay.
and another one is living on Mars,
Okay.
and
Do that one.
that one, living on Mars.
Yeah.
Actually, that one I thought about. It's gonna, if I do it, which is most probably I am, because all I have is topics. It's gonna be titled "We Are Already Living on Mars."
I mean, we are in a way with
Yeah.
all the crazy people around here. What do you mean, crazy people?
No, it's not about the crazy people. No, I mean in the UAE, in United Arab Emirates, we are living on Mars technically. I mean,
You
it's
mean the desert style, right?
yeah, I mean, it was desert. It's like it's a place where humans aren't supposed to live. You know, aren't supposed to be able
Yeah.
to do this crazy stuff that's been done here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they managed to do it. They
Yeah.
managed to do this crazy stuff, you know, and build this like crazy architecture and
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
bring food and stuff like that. So if humans already did that to a desert, they're definitely going to be able to do it on
Yeah.
Mars, and it's already happening. It's just the matter of the transportation. They need to figure out how to transport everything.
That's the
to
only
Mars.
problem, right? That's the only problem of
And
Mars.
water.
Water is the small
and
problem.
oxygen.
Yeah. And
But that it can all be done. Trust me.
listen, hey, maybe from the show or personally knowing me, I am very much a space exploration person. I really do believe in going to space and all that. I just think, you know, like we're talking about things that will take maybe not in our lifetime to actually happen. And
Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not.
I hope so. But
Yeah.
do you think you would be that person that would go to Mars? Would you go to Mars?
I don't think so. At least not from the first people who go to Mars. I don't want to be those from the
Really?
first. I would go on a visit, but I wouldn't live there.
On a visit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me put the question this way. Okay, if you were, because there's always that funny meme. They tell you if you're given a seat on the rocket ship, you don't ask which seat. You just get on.
No, of
So-
course not.
What do you mean? Of course not.
Like I wouldn't just go on that seat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were given this once in a lifetime opportunity to be that person that will colonize Mars, be a colonist going to Mars, would you not accept that offer?
No.
You would not.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I would let other people colonize Mars, and
Okay.
then
And then you will visit.
maybe my children, my grandchildren can have the chance to go. But
Interesting.
I would be too old to accept like a new idea, I think, or like
Okay.
accept going to a new something new. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure. I'm asking because technically that's the people who will have to go for the first time can never come back. So it will be a one-way trip,
Yeah.
and that
Exactly.
in itself is frightening.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work for them. I would like to enjoy my time on the beach and,
On the beach, on Mars.
mountains. Yeah.
When they open the resort, I will go.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Plus, I would be old. I would just want to enjoy my life
That is true.
at that time.
Stay on Earth. I think
Yeah,
it's good.
exactly.
Yeah, stay here.
Plus, they have too many problems here they need to solve, so I can help do that.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think it's quite an interesting point. I mean, I would love to see that actually happen in our lifetime, or at least.
Yeah, they're going to the
Some
moon
form.
now. By the way.
Yeah, this I heard of this to
Yeah.
actually go and colonize the moon.
I
Or
don't
is
know
it
if
colonizing,
it's-
or is it
I don't know. I don't know the
set
full
up a
story.
station or something like that?
Yeah,
I'm not
they
sure.
want to set up a space station, something like that.
So that's the first step, I guess.
It's gonna be a
It's the first
proof for those people who were like, we never went to the moon.
step. So do you believe in that actually? Do you believe that it was done in a Hollywood studio?
No.
So you
No.
believe that we actually
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
the moon?
I don't believe it's a fact.
No, I'm asking. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I'm just playing the devil's advocate.
yeah. I people like to make of everything something that they believe or not, when some things are just not in that category, whether like you believe it or not. It's just a fact,
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. If you want to disprove a fact, that's something else. But
Yeah,
to
this
say
is-
not believe in it, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, it's based on emotions.
Okay, based on emotions.
Yeah.
So you do believe that there is an Area 51 then?
I don't know anything
I mean,
about that.
do you believe in? We've asked this question once on the show. It's interesting to see people's different reactions to it. Do you believe that there is life, apart from us, in the world?
It's very well. There is no evidence that there is other forms of life other than on planet Earth, but it's a possibility because it hasn't been disproven.
True. Well,
Yeah, that's what I can say.
a very diplomatic answer. Let's discuss the first episode. At least briefly, tell me what was the reason you chose the topic, and in the end, what was the process? Your thought process of basically choosing that episode and saying, okay, this is the right thing to start with.
Okay. Let me remember why I chose that topic. Oh, okay. So, I was watching a podcast.
Okay.
Joe Rogan interviewing neuroscientist
Yeah.
called Matthew Walker. And he was talking about sleep and, how sleep is done and what's the process of sleep and how important it is. And it just got me hooked. And I ended up reading his book about why we sleep. It's actually called Why We Sleep, the guy's book, the neuroscientist. And I ended up reading that, and I was very, very interested. And then I decided to make an episode about it because a lot of people, including me, in the past, I didn't realize how important sleep is. But after reading and knowing and getting the knowledge, I realized that it's actually important, and I decided to share the knowledge.
So you're not from the sleep when you're dead crowd.
No.
Ben Hamed.
Ben Hamid, no.
I watched the
Yeah.
episode. You say that a lot.
Yeah.
Ben Hamed,
Yeah.
Mahmoud,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That was funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, do you believe in that meditation, or let's say the practice of meditation helps with sleep? Do you believe in that after doing your research on the show?
Well, the practice of meditation helps on a lot of things. Of course, I mean, as a result, it would help on sleep, I guess. I'm not completely sure. I haven't practiced meditation very seriously, to be honest, but I have done it, or at least tried to do it at least like 10 minutes a day for a while, and then I stop, and then I try again, and then I stop. So I'm not taking it seriously. But every time I try to do it, I immediately feel a very, very, very tiny difference.
Okay.
I can just feel like the potential of it if I took it seriously. And I think I should. But yeah, meditation, I mean, I've read about it and I've heard people talk about it and how it changes their lives. It changes the way they think and the way they deal with problems, or the way they deal with day-to-day, activities and the way they deal with their business and stuff like that. It just, I think it makes a person who's more aware of what's important and what's not.
Yeah. No, I do agree, because I mean, 4 years ago I actually did try to meditate. I was like super stressed at work the year before, so I said, let me just try this, maybe it'll help. And I actually did it for a total of less than 10 times the whole year, but I did it at the beginning of the year, and I actually had a quite really productive year that time. And I did notice the benefits in a way. I mean, I did it only for 10 minutes.
It's very weird. I mean, if we see, including me, if we see the effect happening to us, like we do something and it's positive, it has a positive effect. I just, why don't we keep doing it? Is
the eternal question.
Yeah. I was actually reading a book about that. It's called 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. And
I know him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of the rules that he talks about in his book is treat yourself like you are someone treat yourself like you're someone you're responsible for helping.
I mean, if we don't, then what are we supposed
exactly,
to do?
But we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Like most of us don't. Like, and he was giving an example in the book. He was saying, like, if you had a dog or a baby or your partner or whatever, and they got sick, and they're feeling bad, you would go and take them to the doctor and take care of them, and then give them their medication on time and make sure they do it. They stick to whatever routine they have to stick with in order to get better. And if the same thing happened to you, and let's say you had no one to help you, you wouldn't do the same for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because people have a tendency to take care of others more than themselves. It is true. The reason I'm asking about meditation and this thing is because I guess it does help sleep. And through the research that you did for the episode, do you actually practice what you preach now after the episode?
The sleep thing?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm what's the word in English?
Religiously.
بما إنه بنحكي عن English.
قوليها بالعربي.
بالعربي? No, I can't. It's too harsh in Arabic.
If you would like, we can switch this conversation to Arabic, and maybe you can ask me a question now, and we can do it that way. So we can flip the language and we can flip the show.
Okay. طب هل برأيك لازم أقصر الفيديو أكتر لأنه 18 minutes في ناس حكوا لي إنه طويل وبتقصري أحسن مش عارف شو.
أعطيكي مثال شو صار فينا بالشو البودكاست. مثلا نحن كنا نعمل مثلا حوالي ساعة، وفي منها 40 دقيقة 45، وكان في 30، بس عملنا 30 الناس طلبوا زيادة. فبرأيي الشخصي إنه حسب التوبيك قديه بده يعني، بس بركي مثلا عندك ايم مثلا ماكسيموم 20 minutes او مثلا ربع ساعة. بكون ربع ساعة بكون انت يعني اعطيتي المعلومات المفيدة وخلص حسمت الموضوع، عرفت كيف؟ بس يكون عندك خلص يعني اكتر من 15 minutes اعتبري حالك انك خطيتي your rules يعني.
Yeah, that's true.
فأنا برأيي هيك يعني.
Maybe I should like make it like variety، شوي قصير شوي طويل حسب الموضوع. زي ما
الموضوع.
حكيت.
أنا برأيي حسب الموضوع، لأنه
It's actually good advice.
في مواضيع يعني بصراحة let's say let's say العلاقة مثلا جوز بدها سنين تحكي صح. مثلا هاي بدها مثلا مركي نص ساعة 40 minutes مثلا، أعطيكي مثال يعني. بس عندك مثلا شغلات مش كتير فيها تفاصيل، يعني النوم له كتير تفاصيل، والكونشسنس له كتير تفاصيل، والمعيشة على المريخ كمان فيها تفاصيل وفيها لايرز وفيها تاريخ وفيها يعني الحكي عن المستقبل يعني. ولكن في توبكس تاني مثلا الناس بركي ما فكروا فيها، بيكون مثلا ما بدها اللينث اللي انت بدك يعني هالقد بده الابيسود. عرفتي كيف؟
It's about what I find and you know how long it takes.
Again, one of the things that we're back to English now, and one of the things that I said
خلص تعودت.
one of the things that I said at the beginning when we started the conversation is يعني it's your first episode. It's not gonna be perfect from the first episode. The most important thing is that you actually started. That's the most important thing, more than doing the second episode, more than doing the third episode. At least right now in your mind, the most important thing that you've done is that you've started.
Yeah.
You know, that is a very big step that many people do not take.
Yeah, true.
Can you imagine all these people with all these amazing ideas and all this amazing potential, and they never do anything with it? Again, this is human nature. It happens, and it's such is the unfortunate world that we live in, that people, you know, they have so much potential and they never acted upon it. And the only reason we know about these things is because people actually sat and said to themselves, I'm gonna do this. So be proud of yourself that you've actually just started. So
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True to that.
But I think it was quite a full fat topic, and full fat يعني كامل الدسم. يعني كان في many things يعني about the topic. I think it was good. Ola, I wanted to say thank you very much for being on the show. Before we end, do you have any questions for me? Do you have a question for me?
Do you have a question for me?
I like to answer questions. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be about the show or your show, or it just can be about anything.
What do you think about Alex?
What do you mean? Like, what do you think about Alex?
That's my question.
Just like what, like as a person, or
yeah, as a person.
It's a very, very broad question. Okay, Alex just sat back right now. He's just like, we sit back and let's see how this is on camera now. Alex, what do I think about Alex?
We can take this to court.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. What do I think about Alex? Well, it's gonna come back to the show a little bit, because that's mainly most of the recent relationship that I've had with Alex. I mean, initially we started when we first met. It was about 5 years ago, and we were working on a project together, and we made it through thick and thin, I guess. And 3 years later, we worked on another project together in 2016, and that one was, I think we bonded stronger then and more than the previous years, because I also, as a person, I got better at my job, and I was able to ask more questions and learn more. So I learned a lot also from Alex. And then what I think about him is he's the person that actually pushed me to do something that I really like to do. I had this idea in my head, and like I just said, like I don't know, 2 minutes ago, that I had this idea, and he actually called my bluff, and he pushed me to do the first episode, and to put me in this state that I am in now, and with every episode that I do, I get better. So the way I think about him is he's the guy that really pushed me to do my potential, and at the same time he pushed himself, so he was able to do video editing and to do sound editing and audio mixing and really get into nitty-gritty details of what it takes to, I like to say, run a show. It's not really just a podcast, it's a show. We call it a podcast, and we were just discussing like recently in the forum that passed that actually the word might be outdated, as said by
Podcast?
the word podcast is actually
Really?
outdated. Yeah, one of the people on the panel actually said that, and I kind of do agree, because when we started to do the show, I mean, me and Alex, what we decided is we said it's a show. Of course, it's a podcast, but at the end you can watch it, so it's a show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's more
That's
of a
true.
show than it is, because you can the emotions that are
I
are
actually
involved.
agree.
Yeah.
You can just call it Nobody's Famous Show.
Hopefully it will evolve into that. And hopefully
Yeah.
that's kind of the point. Last question. I don't think I asked you the last time on the show, and we can close it off there. Is what do you think of the name Nobody's Famous?
Nobody's Famous. I think it's a very good name. It gives like a dual meaning somehow. That everybody's famous and nobody's famous somehow. So it's a very smart name. I just think that it needs more identity.
Mm-hmm.
Not the name, but the show to kind of like
put that idea out there more. You mean the concept?
The show to let's say merge with the name.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs more thought.
Well, thank you, Ola. I will. It's been
Hela
a
wallah.
pleasure. Hela wallah.
Hello,
Hela
well.
wallah. Make sure you guys check out Al Ola show on YouTube and Instagram. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I want to sign off saying thank you one more time. This is the Nobody's Famous podcast. You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, Anghami. وين ما بدكن.
كل مكان.
كل مكان. And make sure you listen to us while driving. Don't watch us while driving. It's a pleasure to have you, and this is Nobody's Famous signing off.
إلى اللقاء. I'm not supposed to say
No, you
anything.
are supposed to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you got it. Now Alex will fade that.
Take it to this.
Okay, nice.